Thank you for your patience. Thank you for coming. We're here this afternoon for a very important event organized by the Women's Rights in China and the Committee for U.S. International Broadcasting and Visual Artists Guild. So this afternoon, we are going to have a few speakers, and our first speaker is the President of Women's Rights in China, Zhang Jing. Thank you.
3月是妇女历史夜，我们纪念所有对妇女解放运动有卓著贡献的女性，同时我们更关注在独裁统治下身心备受折磨的妇女。刘霞，一位女性和妻子，只因丈夫是诺贝尔和平奖获得者，就无端被中国政府软禁在家中近3年。
协同啊，都是新分工的啊，协同你这里我来把关。你先去告诉相公啊，什么？我们可以啊。我们再多说几句。不是，我们一上来，但一上来对你会。
Our next speaker is Liu, President of Radio Free Asia.
Thank you. I'm deeply honored to be here to pay tribute to a courageous human being, Liu Xia. Liu Xia has been living under house arrest since her husband received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2010, despite not having been charged with a crime. She lives under constant harassment and intimidation by the Chinese authorities. She's not allowed to work or earn a living or have visitors. Her every move is constantly monitored by the government, and yet she continues to stand by her husband. I would like to take this opportunity to announce that in April this year, Radio Free Asia's Mandarin service will launch a new weekly feature series called Letters from Prison. Our first episode will feature the poems of Liu Xia. Through her poetry, she's spoken out from house arrest and borne witness against injustice. Through her poetry, she documents life inside the big prison, also known as China. Radio Free Asia is proud to launch this program with Liu Xia's work. Liu Xia has become one of the most visible and most respected symbols of quiet defiance against an oppressive regime. We read her poems to show that she is not alone, that the world has not forgotten her, and that we stand with her. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Liu. The following speaker is Ann Newman, Executive Director of the U.S. Committee to International Broadcasting.
Thank you. Thank you, Jing, for organizing this event. Thank you, Libby, for your incredible effort to share this information and these poems and the voice from people in prison. Thank you. I'd like to share a letter to Mrs. Obama. It's an open letter that's signed by Women's Rights in China, by the Committee for U.S. International Broadcasting, by the Visual Artists Guild, and by Women's Rights Without Frontiers. Dear Mrs. Obama, in 2009, as Li was filing a petition in Beijing, officials from Longkou City obstructed her path, seized her, stripped her. Longkou officials stationed then there took her away. On August 18th, Li was found dead in the Longkou City Petitions Office. The Public Security Bureau of Longkou City said that Li hanged herself, but Li's relatives discovered that she had wounds all over her body, suspecting that she was beaten to death. Both women were unwilling to accept China's government's corruption and spoke out at the cost of their lives. Part of educating our youth must be including a clear understanding of human rights and condemnation of human rights abuses by governments and individuals. However, in mainland China, Liu Xia is only one of the hundreds and thousands of people who have been deprived of personal freedoms and suffer from all kinds of human rights persecution. Many women who are protected their own rights and have legitimate demands are being detained, abused, and persecuted by authorities, such as Wu Yongqing in Guizhou Province, Fang Yanqiang, Wang Lihong, Liu Sasha, Liu Ping, Cao Xunli, Wang Li, Sheng Jingtan, Su Shanglan, Ma Shanfeng, Ye Heifang, and so on in Fujian Province, as well as in thousands of women who suffer forced abortion and induced labor. All of these women are still suffering under China's communist dictatorship and male-dominant society. As the world seeks to progress toward the advancement of the status of women, none of us should be desensitized to crimes against women, nor should we ignore serious human rights violations by any government. Thank you.
I sit here, watching the sky turn from white to dark, listening to the last ray of the sun that grows, waiting for the first drop of tear to knock on the glass of an open window. One word waiting for another. They never meet. A drop of rain molds the sky and the earth into one. In still time, the soul of rain quietly comes down. The next two poems will be read by the volunteer of Women's Rights in China, Carla May. Thank you. A word by Liu Xia.
In the morning, a word, as if a conspiracy, hiding in someone else's dream, peeks at me. The moment I open my eyes, it possesses me with an elegant posture. Loneliness, the word, is a terminal illness. Aching and screaming, it could kill you. I deeply envy this word. It possesses me, then thrives.
to invite our next speaker, Karen Burns. Thank you, Ms. Burns.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd just like to commend the organizers of this event for doing such a wonderful job of bringing to our consciousness the plight of Liu Xia, as well as so many women who are being persecuted, detained, tortured, and put to death for their belief in human rights, and just for seeking the ordinary freedom we wish to have in our lives. As a lawyer, I am just appalled that we have a situation where this exists in the world, where a woman who has done absolutely nothing wrong can essentially be held under the most brutal and extreme conditions.
Thank you.